So I promised y'all I was going to get into a little bit of telepathy and parapsychology, right? I agreed to that. If you view me on TikTok, this is something that I agreed, to get into. Parapsychology is basically a psychic phenomenon. It's unexplainable. They can't really explain how people know about this extrasensory perception. If they're willing to admit they've done a lot of scientific studies and they know a lot of people, um, you know, that are able to access this energy. I tend to, have my own theories about it, but I'm gonna give you the actual. Some of y'all ain't never watched me teach, so I like to start with actual recourse that you can look up, and then we work our way up. Okay, so that way everybody can catch on to this ride. It's not I could teach a child metaphysical and awakened information, or what they call quantum physics, quantum entanglement. We're gonna get into a little bit of all of it. Just briefly though, I'm gonna give you a synopsis of this shit. If you haven't already watched my video, The Subconscious Mind, it's old. However, that video will change your life if you watch it. Okay. And I'm not just saying that. A lot of people have said that, has watched it in over the past 3 years. I use it with a lot of my classes. It's life changing. Go watch the Subconscious Mind video. After you watch this, it's very powerful. Parapsychology is a field of study that basically investigates paranormal or psychic phenomenon. So basically, they're concerned with investigating events that's not accounted for by natural law, and the knowledge that's obtained how to use these extra senses. And some of these are known as extrasensory perception, what we call ESP, telepathy, precognition, clairvoyance, psychokinesis, also what they call telekinesis or psychometrometry. That's where you can pick up an object and be like, oh, this came from my house. Damn, how they got, or this came from the mailman. How I got this. So it's just picking up items and being able to follow the energy like a trace. Okay. And other paranormal claims, near death experiences, all of this stuff, synchronicities, apparitions. When y'all seeing spirits and shit, this apparitions, all of this stuff is into this cluster of this pseudoscience, right? Whether y'all aware of this shit or not, it is. And one of the things with parapsychology that's activating right now, besides outside all the people that's trying to practice it, is indigenous people. Now I'm gonna make it a little funny. I'm telling you the truth. For all the indigenous people watching this, I can make a face like this. They would know something was wrong. Okay, what's wrong? They're not gonna be like, oh, she had her eyes bugged. They gonna know something is wrong. I could go, we look at each other like, that's telepathy. I could think of you, and my homegirl calls the phone. Just that ESP. I don't know a black woman that do not have synchronicity where they have things going like seeing the numbers. I always get that with the women. That's when spirit is speaking to you because you don't know how to allow spirit to come in. So they're gonna have to give you these numbers to follow, and those numbers don't always lead you to a good place. I'm tired of people telling y'all that. Yeah, that's not true. It leads you to experiences that's going to change and evolve your consciousness. That's why I tell all my students, I'm not, if something bad going to happen, I'm not going to tell you that because you signed up for this life to experience. Whether you remember you did or not, you did. Okay. So just experience, just get on your experience with life. Okay. Um, but the main thing I want to talk about is telepathy. They began in the late 1800s, 1853, around that time, to experiment with mediums and all this psychic research, clairvoyance, like, and I'm gonna keep it honest, a lot of this stuff was stemmed from um not only experiments that they have been having since like the war, but interaction with African people and all their spirituality during our history being interrupted with them. Say it like that. A lot of spiritual stuff going on with that. Gets into a lot with this telepathy. Okay, so to be telepathic or have this telepathy, it's just communication from one person to another. Like I told you, indigenous people, we naturally have these looks, and I could look, a certain way, or be like, and they be like, well, what is you can damn near communicate just by a look. You got kids, I got a look, I give my kid, they know, like, mom, she about to be on some. It's this telepathic energy. This level of kinesis, let's think of it on a lower level, like a woman that has a baby, a brand new baby. When you a mother, your breast will feel when the baby is hungry. Your breast will fill up when the baby crying and hungry. That's a level of kinetic energy in this ESP. Think of it like that. That's why I say everybody has this. Okay. So it's like anybody could have ESP in these different levels of telepathy. And on the deeper level, we are all consist of electromagnetic field, and we have a torus field that goes out. So if you made up of all these different fields, you're sensing it. You could feel this energy. So, you know, think of it as sensing it. You're able to tap into this energy at will. It's like your birthright. It's like being a duck. You could just swim. You're a duck. It's just the water roll off of you. You a duck. You know what I'm saying? That's what it more or less is. I said I was gonna kind of get into more about neural linguistics programming, and a little bit of theory. And in quantum entanglement, or like quantum physics, in these realms of thought, quantum is spirit molecule, so which is spirit physics, spirit entanglement. They have this thing called the double slit experiment. Okay, and this basically, look that up on your own time. That's gonna be your own little homework that you do. But this is basically saying that we are all deeply connected throughout time and space through subatomic particles, right? Uh, Once you vibrate at a certain frequency, you're able to match these particles. I'm reading out my class notes that I'll be writing, um, that I teach class out of. So you're vibrating from these subatomic particles, and you're at this different frequency, and you're part of this illusion of reality. Think of it like this. Nothing is really physical here. Everything is vibrating. We allow it to be physical. So being in this subatomic state, and you thinking of like this, you exist through cross time and space. They are not physical. You have to observe these things in order for them to exist. So they exist as these wave particles, right? It's like the wave particle duality. They can basically make decisions, and they have a knowing of what the other particles is doing. Think of when people see the monkey wash the fruit, and then all around the world, all the monkeys was washing the fruit. Deeply connected through time and space. And they know that a lot of people learn monkey see, monkey do. You ever hear people say that? It's very real. Look up the double slit experiment on your own time. So I want you to know a couple things. Number one, you are the great observer. Okay. So when we get into this neurolinguistics programming, if you know how to pace and lead and control a conversation and know how to use trigger words to control a person, it'll become like a mastermind. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I'll begin to teach you more different things about linguistics, about how not to tell too much to a person because you leak energy, how people can steal your energy through conversations by being vampiric, the difference between a psychic vampire and an astral vampire, like it's multiple levels to this vampirism shit. We'll get into that in other videos, but you're basically the great observer. What you observe will become physical. You create everything. You are like co-creator with spirit. You are this co-consciousness. Whether you're consciously or unconsciously doing this, manifesting, you are manifesting. Multiple realities exist at the same time. Your thoughts, decisions, what you choose creates your reality and experience. So there's multiple realities always existing at the same time. What we observe basically becomes physical. How we feel, you attract what you feel. You don't attract what you are, you attract what you feel. Okay. That's why choices are so important. Because once you choose, the universe stops everything and begins to shift this shit into your reality. So now I want you to think about this, okay? Think about it because everything that you want already exists. Like the grin without the cat on Alice in Wonderland. Think of it like that. This is how the more person's mind is naturally attuned into this or they connect into this, they're able to bring things down into their reality for it to manifest. So you have to choose it, see it, focus because it already exists. You have to believe that you know you have it. And number three, opportunities, people, places, things, small shifts create these subatomic particles connections that you can have with people across time and space in the universe. This is like the cause and effects. This is the consciousness and influence of these different things. Now, you start getting all of your senses under psychic power, control, and command. And this is what I mean. The same way you could tell yourself, ooh, I gotta hold my pee. I'm gonna hold this pee till I get home, or I'm not about to go on myself. It's the same way you could control all your psychic senses. Y'all gotta excuse me, I'm looking up. I'm not used to this camera filming me like this. So you can have all your psychic senses under power and control, under your command. Okay. It's a book called Cyclomancy that will teach you exactly how to do that. Okay. That's a PDF that I have for some of my students. Now that book is like $1,000, but I have it in PDF form. People that take my classes, that's one of the books they get. Another books they get is books by Robert Bruce, Energy Ways, How to Control Your Energy and Your Energy Body. Now, with this neural linguistics programming, I like to think of it like a level of pimping. Hear me out. Okay. Tell y'all a funny quick story. My great uncles was pimps. Okay. And they had this way, and like my dad was like one of their favorite nephews and shit. So they would come over often. And I was always watching people and shit, like their linguistics, like how they talk. I didn't know that I was gonna grow up and love language and linguistics and get into neuro linguistics programming and hypnosis. I didn't know none of this then, okay? And I think that'd be fun to have a class on hypnosis, okay? So my uncles was pimps. They had a very deep pimping is some deep thought. And you got to be able to know how to use your mouthpiece and certain words to stimulate a person. Well, it's three trigger words. I learned them years ago, but I didn't know that these were power trigger words. Number one is sex, money, and any type of material gain or control of something that a person is lacking. Okay. So if a person come to you like you see them, you watching them how they move, and you butter them up because when a person is pimping you, you being pimped. Now it's called, pandering and human trafficking. But when a person is pimping you, it's a science that they giving you, baby, and you got to be down with the science. It's a mental game. Okay. Think of the same way with your neurolinguistics programming. When you communicate with these people, you want to have an ability to control the conversation. Look this up. It's called pacing and leading. Mm. To be able to manipulate the conversation, you want to give three true statements and one control statement. So I could be like, we're here, you're watching this live, we're having a good time. You're here, you're watching this live, we're having a good time. Then I could be like, every time I go live, it ain't gonna be zero people watching me record these. It's gonna be millions of people watching me record these because everyone deserves to know who I am. It's people in 39 different countries right now looking for me on the outlet and they can't find me on TikTok because I'm like shadow banned. Okay. It's millions of people that deserve to hear me and talk to me. And these people is deeply connected to me through time and space. They exist because I allow them to exist. See, a lot of y'all is cutting off your blessings. Let me tell you how. And you cutting off your neurolinguistics program. And I call it neurolinguistics pimping. That's my hood version. And I do teach that, but I do teach the neuro linguistics way, but I teach you how to put your ebonics on it and how to do and get what you want because neural linguistics will give you the tools to have power and control as well. Okay. It is dangerous, especially if you're a conjure person because you are a natural manipulator of not only people but the elements. Okay. Shout out to City Hampton. He taught me years ago as a guy I used to follow. Magic is nothing more than the manipulation of the subconscious mind and the elements thereof. Okay. And that is very real. Okay. When he said that, I was like, Eureka! Because it was like the story of my life, changed my life. And I always give credit where credit is due. That's where I got that from. And when I learned that years ago, oh, it was a wrap for motherfuckers because I knew I had this level of this parapsychology where I had telekinesis. Some of y'all have on here, watch my video, go back, watch me slam doors. People will tell you I blow whole powers out with the light, slam doors. I used to get drunk and slam and pull chairs and shit at the club from under people. We'd be laughing. Have a good time with TK. Have a good time with hypnosis. Meet people I don't trust and hypnotize them to never harm me because I don't trust you. Please never harm me. I'm pure. I don't know if you can feel that yet. Please never harm me. Snatch you right into induction. You better stop playing with me. I used to be a single mother and I was in the streets when I was a kid. So I'm pretty savvy with certain shit, being tricky. Okay. So you gotta be mindful because people is always on that neurolinguistics programming or that neurolinguistics pimping, and they may not know. You may not know that you're doing it naturally. So I'll go into it more privately in a class, like a private class. I'm not gonna do it here because I got to a point with it. I think I've been technically reading and studying it for probably like what is this 2023? Probably since 2012. Okay. But actively practicing it since 2015. Like practicing doing it on people, fuck them, whoever it is, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna tell y'all how good I got to it in a private class. I'll tell y'all some funny stories of how good I got with the shit. Okay. But just say, once you learn it is a powerful tool. You could just talk your way to just about anything. Let me tell you 2 tips on how you relate to a person to have a level of control. Number 1, you mimic their moves. You mimic what they do. A person like attracts like. Before I do business with a person, I'll study them. I'll see what they do, what they like. If I want to do business with them, doesn't demean on how much money they got. What is their character? Because this money is an intimate exchange. Y'all don't know how much money gotta turn down. Money is an intimate exchange to me. I gotta feel right. The Taurus field gotta feel right to collect it. If not, you keep it in your pocket. You can have $1 billion check in your pocket, and who can't use it? I would look at you like, it don't feel right. I couldn't take it. Don't even feel right. It don't feel right. And sometimes it feel right. It feel like, ooh, yes, let me get in. Let's do business. But some people, it don't even feel right. Take $40 from, honey. That's that energy of this Taurus field. That's this parapsychology. That's your ESP telling you this situation with this person is not right. So you using all these abilities all the time. This isn't something new that you tapping into. This is something that is naturally in you. And I tell all the people that I teach in class with their emotional development. We do emotional intelligence, emotional development, like a know thyself. Think of it like that. Like, really, who are you? But I ask them, like, who are you without telling me your name and what you do on earth? I don't know your job on earth. Like, oh, my name is Barbara and I'm a seamstress. No, I want to know who you are. Who are you? And what do you do for real on earth? Not that you a seamstress. And if people can't tell me that, then I get nervous. They talk about that weight. It makes me really nervous because I've learned through all the bullshit that I done deal with in spirituality, true spirituality is breath work. True spirituality is meditation, and meditation ain't always on your Buddhist monk. It could be watching something be set afire. It could be you concentrating on that man or that woman not coming home. Meditation is concentration. Now they have different levels. There's levels to all this shit where you could go deeper into meditation, but First, learn how to build your breath to the bridge of the spiritual realms. Like, get there first. Then begin to transcend. Okay. A lot of people, you got to crawl before you walk. So when you're dealing with these abilities, you also have to pay attention how you feel when you activate them, because just as fast as you open them, you could block them. Fear shuts down your melanin, shuts down your aura, shuts you down. It's like a Ferrari with no gas. The hottest shit, but you have no gas. Got the keys, no gas. When you get fear, especially if you're in an indigenous body, oh my God, you get fear set in, it's like it will shut down. It will shut you down. Okay. So be mindful of the fear, be mindful of the fear traps. If you're interested in going a little deeper, like I said, go back and watch Subconscious Mind. Let me tell you why, because that video is going to give you emotional intelligence. It's going to change you. So when you boss up and take this private class, and I ain't even going to do it no crazy amount, I'll probably do it like $20. When you boss up and take this private class, you're going to be like, lethal weapon. You're going to learn how to turn your mind into the mouth of God. Okay. Out of all, a lot of people don't know, I studied multiple different religions, not in a way of believing in all of them. No. It was to find out, like when you begin to look for things that are similar, it's like the more you find differences, you find similarity, right? It was more or less like seeking diligently for something. I had my own personal relationship with source, and I was diligently seeking something. So I went through everything to see what was missing, because once I found out that everything that I thought was right was wrong and what was true was false, it began to, I had to do my due diligence. Okay, so pardon me if my enlightening, my awakening, me being enlightened was frightening some of the people I was dealing with. I had to get away. Let me tell you something too. With this information, when you get all into this shit, because someone's telling me to say this, when you get into all of this shit, you got to get away. You got to isolate. That's number one. A lot of people's problems. You can't help plant seeds with these people. You got to connect your breath to spirit, and then Sankofa, then go back if you choose to go back. But really, if you knew what I knew, you would connect yourself to spirit and get your children, the ones that's ready to go, because you got to be ready. This is a mindset. This is something you can't force on anybody. I like to tell people, if you don't even like stuff like this, don't comment. This is for people that's really ready to go to the next level. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about mentally. A lot of people, they'll start watching these. You'll see comments once I start taking private classes and they figure out I'm on here. You're going to see, they're going to tell you. Okay. And I've been using this method ever since 2015 with people from all around the world. It's smacking. People have to know who they are, not just on, what you're doing spiritually. No. What is the spirits and the souls inside of you? Do you have a soul? Or are you the soul? Or are you fragments of that soul? Or do you have many spirits and no soul? A lot of y'all got no soul. Because if you had a soul, everyone would be awakening. Or if you was connected to your soul, you would be awakening. You'd be ready to get the fuck up out of here. You would know something's going on. Something's wrong and this is over. You would know. And the reason, say this, the reason why I have private classes, because some shit, like I keep saying, you don't say on here. A lot of people, y'all trying to go back and see who know the most. Honey, some stuff I would be like, like I don't know. You leaking. Stop telling everything that you know in certain places. You can't reveal yourself at every place. This is how you know the awakening, who's really awakening and what's really going on. You're going to start seeing a lot of people go into retreat. Like I'm about to start posting a lot of old videos. Y'all ain't seen them. We're going to post them on here. And I'll do these videos every now and again. A lot of people are going to start going in this recluse. It's time to go within. I don't know if y'all know that. Sudoku 23. It's time to go within. It's time to build the breath to the bridge, baby. Woo, honey. Let me get some Wawa. It's time to take your breath and build it to a bridge. It's time to cut your Reiki on. Y'all ain't got no Reiki yet. All the Reiki they've been giving away. It's time to cut your Reiki on. Go back to the past. Get everything you need, like a Mario video game. Go back. Get everything you need. Come back. Make sure you got everybody that's ready to go and get ready, get right. And get your shit in alignment. Because these people, I don't know what's going on down here. A lot of people, we already know we in reincarnation. I don't know if y'all believe in that or not, but I know that is very real. Y'all watch my coming back to life 4 times video, my whole thriller episodes I'll be having with Deb, honey. Always coming back here. You're in constant communication from here to other realms. I don't know what these people are telling you that is not true. I am living witness. And there are other beings. There's never been a time that you have not existed. There's never a place. I don't know about everybody now. I'm gonna speak for myself. There's never been a time that I have not existed. There's never not a plane that I am not on. You ever seen that movie with the Asian lady? She was everywhere. That I ain't seen it. I seen that trailer. I said, "Oh, I don't want to watch none of that. That's gonna make me go woo woo. I don't want to watch that because I be having them issues." The dream world is the real world. When y'all in sleep doing all this parapsychology also goes into your sleep. That's how some people could bring things down from that realm and bring it down here. This class gonna go into all of this stuff, but on here, I wouldn't even openly admit it, but it goes into it. Okay. And it goes into actual details on how you can control people by their trauma. I love seeing a person with trauma. I love trauma. I love it. I love getting through people's trauma. Oh my God, I love it. Any of my students tell you, they be like, she will help. I love getting rid of it. It is like the best feeling to me. I'm happy for days. Like I'm on a high getting rid of trauma for people. I don't know. Maybe it's just what I do. Okay, it's clear shit. It's just what I do. Eradication is it's like my number one thing I do. Get rid of if it don't belong. I am the one to come see because I'm gonna get rid of it. I have that much tolerance for stuff that do not belong to people. And the reason being, when you get deeper into this energy, you'll realize this is your field. This shit is my field. The computer, the cup of water, the book, all of this shit is because I allow it to exist. That doesn't only work with objects, it works with people, it works with places. Okay. It works with a lot of things. We're going to get into all of that. But I did want to give y'all this information. I promised them I was gonna do it this late, but I want to make sure when they get up, it's on here. They well, she did it. Shit. At least gotta stick to my word. I don't know when the next time I'm gonna do this because I don't be having a lot of time to do this. But I said what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start posting here instead of TikTok. Okay, that's what I said I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna make it right with myself and start getting my TikTok users used to not seeing me and me getting on here. Okay. So that's what we'll do. Alchemy Works, ALKHEMYWORKS at yahoo.com is how you can email me information, different things like that. I'll start posting testimonials, more content. I have a lot of content that I could post. I just got to get time to just sit down, knuckle down, and just start posting because I got a lot of information from TikTok, a lot of TikTok videos, a lot and I have audio in different countries. I'm gonna get all of that uploaded, different languages and stuff for people. It's just so much that I can get into. I'm also going to go into different levels of these books that I wrote. This is one of them. I have all my literature published, but 2 books, I have all my literature copywritten, excuse me, but 2 of them I actually self-published. But a lot, this is one of the books that I like physically write things in. I don't know if you can see that. These are my actual experiences of studying and the different books that I teach out of. This one started in 2017. It's like from different channels that I'll be on. If you listen to the Akashic Space, my introduction tells you all the different channels I'm on, all the different names I've used, why I use them. Okay. Being fragmented is has something to do with it. Like as a child, like it's a lot. But it opened me up to channel. The mediumship opened me up to these different channels of consciousness, and I will put them in books because it's going to change. And I know sometimes it change in a year, sometimes it'll be 2 years, sometimes it'll be 6 months. Like when I started this channel years ago, Nanishtahullo is like the Indian name that I was given. Um, and I'm like, Nanishtahullo presents like this energy, this darkness I was dealing with that I didn't at that time. I couldn't comprehend that shit. I was in the dew of the cocoon of that. And I'm like, look, I don't even know what this is. We just gonna post a couple videos. You know, my brother, like, you need to record this shit. I'm telling you, you're gonna go viral. And that's him. I'm like, bro, I ain't ready for this shit. I don't care that people know that I know this shit. I didn't care that I knew. And now I'm only doing it because I got somebody tricked me to get on TikTok. I got on TikTok a year ago and I was on there 2 months. And in 3 months, I had 25,000 followers and they capped me. I add hundreds of people a day and my numbers have not changed. But if you was to put my name in there, all these people is looking for me. On my podcast, on the question and answers, all these people is looking for me. They never email me. Some of them be calling me from Singapore, and listen, I don't answer the phone because y'all supposed to be calling me on WhatsApp, and you not. Okay, that's why I answer. Call me on WhatsApp if you have the number. I have a business and a personal phone. Y'all have the business line. I don't care if you call. Just don't play on my phone. You know, just don't get crazy. I don't have people playing on my phone, and I ain't about to start having nobody playing on my phone. So use the number wisely and responsibly, because I do have it on there. I do have the email on there. Email me at Alchemy Works with your questions, comments, concerns. Go visit my TikTok page. Go visit my Instagram page. Go have fun with that. My Facebook is a family page. Don't be looking for me on there. I'm not adding you. And when I catch you, I'm blocking you. I only got 20 something of my family members on there. So I am. I'll be being private. Y'all get my Instagram, y'all got my TikTok, and I'm getting rid of TikTok in December. So after December 1st, you will be seeing a lot of me on here. So I do appreciate your time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Excuse me for talking because I am a talker. I will talk and teach all night. So excuse me for that, but part self for that. But let me know if you want to get into these private classes, leave a message or whatever. I'll message you back and we'll go from there. I hope you have a lovely day on purpose. Just have a wonderful day for no apparent reason at all. Y'all may see me on here tomorrow.